Hello, my dear students and the rest of the learners. Welcome to part 3 of an 11-part series of tutorials in word processing using Microsoft Word. In this tutorial, I'm going to look at how you can edit a document in Word. That is, editing a document. Kindly note that the procedures in this presentation are based on Microsoft Word 2016, even though most of them can also apply in other later versions. Let's commence by looking at how we can retrieve or open a document. Retrieving is the process of placing a copy of the original document in your Word processor window so as to be able to read its contents, make changes to it, print it out, or even send it over the network. The original is left. Opening a file will require a person to know the name of the file and its storage location. It is sometimes difficult to see the file you are looking for if you don't know its format type. Therefore, always make sure that you specify the right format type in the file toolbox or in the file text box. So, when you want to work with an existing document, for example, if you want to edit it like what we want to do in this presentation, you should always open that file first. The following is the procedure of opening an existing file. You start the Microsoft Word program. Then you click on the File menu and you select the Open command. You then select the location in which the file is stored and you click on Open where necessary. Then you type or select the name of the document that you want to open in the file name box. You then click the Open button. To open a document as read-only, in order to help avoid the changes from being made to the document, you can click on File menu and then you click Open. You then locate the file and click it. And then you click the arrow next to the Open button and then you click Open Read Only. We can therefore open our document that we created earlier in my previous tutorial by the name ML swap details as follows, so as to allow us carry out some editing tasks. So to open your document, you first of all need to know where it is located in your storage medium. For example, our document that we are looking for is stored in a folder that is called personal documents. So how do we retrieve our file? To retrieve our file, we can click on either this PC icon. So we can right click on it and then we click open. Or if our document is listed within the desktop, anywhere in this area as an icon, we can click it or start it from here. Or we can click on the Start button and then we browse for our file. So in our case, we are going to start Microsoft Word program first, and then we shall open it or load it from there. And therefore, we are going to use the start menu to start our program first. Therefore, you can click, or we shall click on start button, and then we click on all apps, and then we shall click on Microsoft Word 2016. Once we have loaded Microsoft Word program, if you find out that the name of the file you are looking for is listed among the recent document, you can start it from there. For example, we are opening a file called MLSwap details, and I can see it is here. But if you don't get it from there, you can click on this button here, and then you browse for your document. You can also start blank document first. Then once you are there, or once you are in Word, you can click on File, and then you open. So I'm going to click on blank document, or you double click. Once we are in Microsoft Word program, as you can see, we can then open our file by clicking on File menu. And then from there, we shall click on Open. So we shall click on File menu. And then we click on Open, because we are opening a file. Or you double click. And then you can click it from this list if it is there. But if it is not there, you can click on this PC to browse for it in any other folder, or you can just click on Browse. So I'll use this PC. So I'll click here, or you double click. Once you double click, you can scroll for your files from this section. So our file is stored in the hard disk. So I'll click on, or I'll open local disk C. So I'll click on local disk C. And then our folders in that storage medium are listed here. So you search for the folder that contains your file. My file is stored in the folder called Personal Materials. Personal Materials. So our file is here. So I will open Personal Materials. So I'll click on it, and then I click on Open. So I'll click on Open. I'll double click Open. I repeat, I'll click on Open. From there, I will scroll in this folder to check for my file. Our file is stored here, MLSwap details. So I will click on this file, and then I'll click on Open. Then you wait for it to open. My dear students and the rest of the learners, you can see that our file has already opened. And you can see its name here, MLSWAP details. So we have been able to open our file that we want to edit. Once we have opened our document for editing purposes, we can then be able to proceed with the editing. So what are some of the things that we can do that we can refer to as editing? So let's look at editing a document. We begin with what we call the block operations. Editing a document is the process of making necessary changes to an existing document in order to ensure that it contains only the required information. Block operations are the tasks that are performed on a set or group of texts as a whole for convenience and to save time that would have been spent while working with a single text or character at a time. Examples of block operations are selecting text, copying text, moving text, deleting text, inserting, and type over. The main editing tools or features that are used in word processing include deleting text using the delete and the backspace keys, inserting and typing over text using the insert key, cutting, copying, and pasting used in creating duplicates or moving text from one position to another in the document. Number 4 is finding and replacing text using find and replace commands. Number 5 is proofreading a document in order to ensure that it contains no errors, though or through the use of spell checker, thesaurus, autocorrect, autocomplete, undo, and redo. So how do we select a block of text? The purpose of selecting text is to enable the user to perform a number of editing and formatting operations on the selected block of text. The two main ways of selecting text is using either the mouse or the keyboard. The following are the procedures of selecting text using the mouse. So to select any amount of text, you hold down the left mouse button and then you drag it over the text. If you want to select a single word, you can double-click the word. If you want to select a line of text, move the pointer to the left of the line until it changes to a right pointing arrow, and then you click. If you want to select multiple lines of text, move the pointer to the left of the lines until it changes to a right pointing arrow, and then drag up or down. If you want to select a paragraph, triple-click anywhere in the paragraph, or move the pointer to the left of the paragraph until it changes to a right pointing arrow, and double-click the mouse. If you want to select multiple paragraphs, move the pointer to the left of the paragraph until it changes to a right pointing arrow, and double-click the mouse. Then, while holding down the Shift key, drag up or down. If you want to select a sentence, hold down Control key on the keyboard and then click anywhere in the sentence. If you want to select a large block of text, click at the start of the selection, scroll to the end of the selection, and then hold down Shift key and click. If you want to select an entire document, click on Edit menu and click Select All command, or move the pointer to the left of the text until it changes to a right pointing arrow, and then triple-click. You can also select any amount of text by holding the left mouse button at the start of the text to be selected, and then drag the mouse over the text and release the button. The following are the methods of selecting text using the keyboard. To select one word, move the insertion pointer to the beginning or the end of the word, then press Shift, Control, right or left arrow keys in combination. So you press Shift together with Control, together with the right or left arrow key. If you want to select one line using the keyboard, press Shift key together with the up or down arrow keys, or move the insertion point to the end of the beginning of the line, then press Shift key together with the home or end keys respectively. If you want to select an entire page, press Shift key together with the page down or page up keys. If you want to select an entire document using your keyboard, press Control key together with letter A or key A, or place the cursor at the beginning of the document, then press Shift key combined with Control and End keys. The following is a demonstration on how to make some selections for the text in the document that we have already opened by the title, Emily Swap Details. So with this document of ours called Emily Swap Details open, we can make some few selections as a demonstration. For example, if we want to select our first line, that is Emily Swap Details, using the mouse, you can click at the beginning of this sentence. You press down the right mouse button, and then you drag it over the text, and then when you reach the end, you release. So that's how you can select the sentence. If you want to select the whole of this second paragraph, I can click at the beginning of the paragraph, then I can drag the mouse while clicking or while pressing down the mouse button all the way to the end of the paragraph, and then I can release the mouse button. If you want to select the entire document using the keyboard, I can press Control key down and then A. My dear students, you can see my entire text has been selected at once. If you want to remove selection, you just click anywhere in your document. If you want to delete or to select a single word, like Emily Swap only, click anywhere on that word, then double click the mouse button. So I've double clicked the mouse button and a single word has been selected. What about if you point on the left side of your document here? What happens? So if you click once, only one sentence is selected. What about if I double click? While the pointer is pointing on a paragraph, the entire paragraph is selected. What about if I double click on the margin? The same. What about if I double click, if I triple click? All the paragraphs are selected. So those are just few examples. So whenever you want to make any change on any specific text, or you want to format your text, or do anything, including editing, you should always select the text that you want to work with, either using the mouse or using the keyboard. Either using the mouse or using the keyboard. If you want to move text or some portion of text, from one section of your document to another, you can do what we call moving text. So what is to move text? To move text or moving is changing the position of text on an object in a document. The cut function allows you to remove a selected item from its original position and insert it anywhere else in as many times as possible using the paste function. The paste function command enables the user to insert a cut or copied item anywhere in an open document and in as many times as needed. Pasting is the process of inserting the cut or copied item anywhere else in the document by clicking on the paste command. The clipboard is a temporary storage location in memory where cut or copied text or graphic is placed before being pasted. To move text or object, you select the text or click on the graphic. You then right-click on the selected text or object. Then you click on cut. Then you right-click on the position where you want the text or graphic to be placed. Then you click on the paste command. Now, some versions may have various paste options, so you select one of your choice. So let's see how we can move some text within our document that we have already opened. So for us to be able to move text from one portion to another, we can do it as follows, just as I have already explained. If in this document, for example, you find that you want to move the paragraph from where it is to be the last paragraph, you can select the paragraph, you can select the ones that you want to move as follows, just as I've explained on selection. Then you right-click using your mouse button. So you right-click on that selected text. From the sidekick menu, or from the, let me call it context-sensitive menu, from the context-sensitive menu that has been displayed, you can see we have cut, we have copy, and we have other options here. So we are moving, so we shall click on cut. Once you click on cut, you can see that the text is no longer displayed on the document. It's no longer displayed on the document, so it is in what we call the clipboard. You then click anywhere in the document where you want the text to go. For example, at that point. Then, to paste your text there, you right-click at that position, and then you paste. You click on the paste. So from the context-sensitive menu, we can see we have several pasting options. We have paste using or by keeping the source format. And you can see how our text will look like. Then we have the other option of pasting, which is merge formatting. And it will look like that. Then we have keep text only. So if you are copying or you are moving text that is already formatted, it has a certain color, or it is looking in a certain way, it's always good to click on keep source formatting so that nothing changes. But because my text is just text, I can click on keep text only. So I'll click on keep text only, paste option. And my dear students and the rest of the learners, you can see that our paragraph has now been moved to a new position or a new place. And that's how we do it. You can also use what we call the cut tool. This one. you can always use the cut tool, which can be found on the standard toolbar in your document. So you select your text. Once you have selected your text, you can see that we have this cut button here. So you can click on cut. It will also cut. And then when you click at the point where you want to take your text, you can also look for paste option. So you click on the paste tool. So that will work, or you'll be able to do the moving and the pasting just as we have done. Let me demonstrate. We can select our text that way. Then you click on cut. Then you can click where you want and create even a space. Then once we are there, we can be able to go back or look for paste and we click it. So if I click on the paste, you can see my paragraph has been taken to the new position. If you want to do other activities in editing, we can proceed as follows. So other than moving text, what else can we be able to do? So the other activity we can do under editing is copying text. What is to copy text? Or what is copying? Copying is the process of creating a duplicate of text or object and temporarily holding it in the clipboard or retaining the original item where it was. The copy function or command allows you to place a duplicate of the selected item into the clipboard, and it can be pasted anywhere else in a document in as many times as possible. To copy text or object, you select the item or text you want to copy, and then you right-click on the selected text or object. Then you click on Copy command. You then right-click where you want the text that you have copied to be placed. And then you click on the Paste command. And just as I have already said concerning the moving, some versions may have various paste options, so you select the one of your choice. We can therefore copy some text within our document by the name MLSwap details as follows. So while we are here in our document, we can select some text that we wanted to copy. So for example, I want us to copy MLSwap ICT, this one, and MLSwap live skills. We want to copy MLSwap ICT and MLSwap live skills. And then we paste it somewhere. So to copy our text, so I'll select MLSwap ICT. Then you right-click on it. And because we are creating duplicate of the one or of the text, we click on copy. And then we click where you want our text to be copied to or our duplicate to appear. So I'll double click at the end of my document below there. And then I'll right click on it, and then I choose my paste option. So I'll click keep text only. And there it is. You can see I already have a copy of that text. So it is also appearing here. I also want to select Emily Swap Live Skills. So I'll click at the start of Emily Swap Live Skills, then I'll drag my mouse over it up to the end. And then I will right click on it. I click on copy. And then I click or double click where I want my copied text to appear. So it will appear there where I have the blinking cursor. And then I'll right click there and I'll click paste. So you can see, my dear student and the rest of the learners, that I have already created 2 copies of my text, or I have created 2 copies, one copy for Emily Swap ICT and another copy for Emily Swap Life Skills. So that's how we copy. But also remember, once you select your text, like Emily Swap Life Skills, you can also use the copy tool. You can use the copy tool, this one here. You can use that copy tool. And once you have clicked where you want your text to be taken, you can then proceed and click on the paste tool. And your text will be taken to the new position. Let's then proceed and carry out some other editing activity. The other activity we can perform under editing is deleting items. Deleting is the process of removing text that has already been typed in a document or object that has been inserted in the document. You should always be very careful from indiscriminate deletion of text in a document and only delete what is necessary. The following are some methods of deleting text. To delete selected text, press Delete key. To delete a character or a word from the right to the left, click on the right of the word or character, then press Backspace key. If you want to delete a character to the right of the cursor position, place the insertion pointer on the left of the word, then press Delete or the arrow key from your keyboard. To restore deleted text that has just been deleted in the current word processing session, click Undo button from the Quick Access toolbar. We can thus delete and restore or undo deletion in one document by the title Emily Swap Life Skills as follows. So this is how you can delete and restore text or undo text in case you delete it by mistake. So in this document of ours, by the title Emily Swap Details, we can delete some text that we don't want. So there is this text that I've made copies for here, and I want to delete it because I don't want it. So I can delete, for example, Emily Swap by selecting it. So I'll just double click my mouse button there and the text has been selected. And then from the keyboard, I can press Delete key. I'll press Delete. You can see the text has already disappeared. It has already disappeared. I can also delete, if I want to delete under skills, I want to delete, for example, only 2 characters or 3 characters like, or only a single character like S. I can click at the end of the word, which has the character that I want to delete, and then I can press backspace. So if I press backspace once, S disappears. If I press it again, L disappears. So I'm using backspace to delete characters. That is use of backspace. And therefore, deleting text is important. But if you find that you want to undo the text you have already deleted, let me give another example. If you want to delete this entire paragraph, the third paragraph, I can select that paragraph. And then I can also delete it. So I can press the delete key from the keyboard and it disappears. So if I want to restore or undo the deletion activity, I can do it as follows. If you look on the screen, you can see I have an undo. You can see I have an undo button here. This is what I'm calling quick access bar. So we have undo here. If you point on it, if you just point on it like that, if you point on it and then you click, if I click once, you can see the paragraph I deleted has already been restored. I can click it again if I want to delete to undo something else. So if I click once, S has appeared. Okay, I'm just clicking on the undo typing. I'm just clicking on the undo typing. So I can continue that way. So I have already restored my text. I can continue undoing by clicking on undo button here. I can continue undoing, and you can see as I continue undoing, everything disappears. But you can also redo. You can undo and then you redo. If you want to redo what you have already undone, or you want to delete or remove what you have already restored, you can use this button for undo. It is redo. So I can click on it, then I click redo. So you can see when I point on it, it reads redo typing. So I can redo. You can see what is happening. If I click on the undo typing, you can see I am returning back my text. So my dear students and the rest of the learners, that's how you delete and you also undo. In case you find that you made a mistake, you have deleted any text by mistake, or something has happened and your text has disappeared, maybe you have pressed somewhere by mistake, you can always use the undo and redo buttons to have your work restored. And of course, always remember, as you make your changes, remember to save your work. Always remember to save your work by clicking on the save button. So you can always click on save to save your changes. So I'll click on save. So that's how we delete text, and that's how we redo or undo deleted text. We can also insert text where it is missing, or we type over. That is, we replace text that is already in our document with something else. So inserting and type over are typing modes or methods that are used to insert text within an existing text in the typing position. These typing modes are insert and overtype or type over mode. To switch between one mode to another, press insert or INS key on the keyboard, and then it will change from one mode to another. So in overtype mode, you will see OVR highlighted on the status bar. The two methods of toggling between the two typing modes are by pressing Insert key or double-clicking the OVR button on the status bar if it appears. Insert mode is a situation where new text does not replace the existing text in the typing position, but the new text is added at the cursor position while the rest of the text is pushed to the right as you type. To insert the text, you click at the point where you want the text to be added, and then you continue typing. In overtype, type over or overwrite mode, this is where the new text that is being typed between the existing ones or characters automatically replaces the existing text by deleting it. So you type new text as the other one gets deleted. To insert text, switch to overtype mode. Then click at the point from which you want replacement to be carried out by the new text and start typing of your text. However, my dear students and the rest of the learners, if you don't have the overwrite mode in your version of your program, you can always select the text that you want to replace. And then once you have selected and you want to replace it, you just start typing on your keyboard and the selected text will be replaced. The other activity we can do in our document is to find and replace text. The find and replace commands searches for ones and the text strings in the document that the user has some idea about. Therefore, the find and replace functions enables you to quickly find and replace text within a document. The find function allows you to search a document for a particular word or a string of ones that you want to change or edit. The replace function allows you to search for a word or a string of characters and replace it with another word or a string of characters. If you want to find a word, you select Find button from Home menu. Then you enter the word or phrase in the navigation box. You click on Results and tap on the suggestion of choice. To search and replace a word or a phrase, you select Replace from Home menu. And then you click on Find and enter the word or phrase you wish to replace in the Find What box. You then click on Replace and enter the word or phrase you wish to replace it with in the Replace With box. Click the Find Next button to find the first and subsequent occurrences of the word or phrase. If you want to replace a single occurrence of the word, you click the Replace button. But if you want to replace all the occurrences of that word in your document, you click on Replace All. If you want to fine-tune a search by using word counts, you can also do it. A word count is a special symbol that is used to replace either a single character or a group of characters in a set of ones with certain characters in common. The two main word counts that you can use are the question mark, which replaces a single character in a word. For example, if you want to search for the word like Jane and June, and to find what, you can just type J question mark and E. So this will replace a single character. So any word that is starting with J and it has a single character and then the other characters are N and E will appear. If you want to replace several characters in the word you are searching for, you can use the asterisk. So if, for example, you want to search for Jane, June, Jean, Julius, and Josephine, you can just type J star and find what box. So anyone that begins with J will be displayed regardless of the number of characters that it possesses. To fine-tune a search by using word counts, you do it as follows. On the Home menu, click Replace. If you do not see the use of word counts checkbox from the Find and Replace box, click More. select the use of on demand checkbox. Then click special, click on demand, and then type any additional text in the find what box. You can also type warranty counts directly in the find what box. If you want to replace the item, enter what you want to use as a replacement in the replace with box. Then click find the next or replace or all. Other search options that you can specify by clicking the more button include match case. This is used to identify only text that matches in the case with the one being searched. You can also click on the whole word. It is used to search only for a word that is whole and not part of another word. You can also use like to search for ones which are similar in pronunciation. For example, fair and fair. The following is a demonstration on how to search for ones and replace them in the document called swap details. I'll also demonstrate how to insert text in the document. So let's begin. Let me begin by illustrating to you how you can insert some text somewhere. So for example, in this document of mine, we have swap details as the heading. So I can click somewhere, like in this paragraph here, that is in paragraph 2, where it reads, swap ICT YouTube channel covers various topics in the computing field. So I can click in here after the comma and insert something else. So swap ICT YouTube channel covers various topics in the computing field, or I'm just typing, or generally it covers. My dear students and the learners, you can see that because I'm using insert mode, the other text is being pushed forward while I type my text. So it covers, or generally it covers information, and communication topics. So I've already inserted text. Now let's do the finding. How do you find and replace text? So from your screen, you can see we are in home. If you're not under home menu, you just click on home. So once you click on home, you'll be able to see this section here under heading, or where we have editing. So if, for example, you are not at home, maybe you are under insert, you will not see find and replace. So what you need to do, if you want to search for anyone and replace it, you click on home. So I'll click on home. Once you have clicked home, you can see that we have a new set of tools that we can use and various bars. So under home, search for find. So click under find. So I'll click on the find. Once you click on the find, you are going to see what we are calling the navigation pane there. So you type what you want to look for or what you want to find. So I'll click under search document, and then I'll type ICT. So I'll type ICT. You can see in 2016, Once you click ICT, you'll be given the various findings, including the paragraphs where what we are looking for is found. You can see ICT is in this paragraph. It is here, it is here, it is here, it is here. And they have also been highlighted in our document. So that's how you find. What about if you want to find a word and replace? What do you do? Remember, you can also check under pages. What you are looking for can be under pages. Can also be displayed under headings and results. So I want to replace something. I want to find something and replace it. And therefore, from home menu, you can look for replace and you click it. So I'll click on replace, or you double click on replace. Once you double click, you can see that I have this dialog box here called find and replace. So you can also use it to find what you want. So you click on find, and then you type what you want here, and then you click find the next. But I want to replace my text, so I'll click on this tab, replace. So I'll click on the replace. Once you click on replace, you can see we have this bar here, and you have this other one. So find what? What do you want to find? Now, what I want to find, I'll type ICT. I want to find ICT. That looks that way. So do I have it? Once you click, or once you type find what, you can replace it directly, or first of all, find it first by clicking on find next. So let's first of all find it. Let's look for it. So I'll click under find. Then find next. So do I have it? Yes. I have this option, this one here. What about if I click find next again? There's another one. What about if I click again? There's another one. There's also another one. There's that one. But I'm interested with this one in my document. I'm interested with this one, which is in a smaller case. So I want to replace that one. So replace with what? And replace with here, and replace with, you type what you want to replace ICT with. So I want to replace it with ICT in full, in capital, not in full, in capital. And then if you want it to be replaced only under one occurrence, you click on the replace. But if you want to replace all the occurrences, you click on replace all. So I'll click on replace. Once you click on replace, you can see a message dialog box has appeared, which is telling us that we have finished searching the document. So I'll click OK. So I'll click OK. What about if I want to use the word cans or do other types of special replacements? I can click under more here. So what is under more? If you click on more, there are various options here. You can click on match case. For example, this was more letter lowercase. If I wanted to replace only those ones that have lowercase, then I would click on the match case. You can also use others, like find the whole ones only, not sections of ones. Use wordicans. Sounds like English, and all these others. You can always use this, as I've explained. If you want to ignore punctuation characters, you just check there or click there. You just click. If you want to ignore, you just click like that. So option, ignore punctuation characters. So if you want other types of formats, font, paragraph, etc., or special, you can do that. So that's how we find and replace our text. Let's now look at how you navigate a document. Navigating a document is the process of moving from one part of a document to another. This is because normally a window displays only a portion of the entire page. Use the vertical scroll bar to move the view up and down the pages if your document has several pages, and the horizontal scroll bar to scroll from side to side. If you want to scroll up or down a line at a time, click on the up or down scroll arrow. If you want to scroll up or down one screen at a time, you click above or below the scroll box. If you want to scroll multiple pages up or down the document, drag the scroll box to the top, bottom, or middle of the scroll bar. If you want to scroll to the previous page, click the double up arrow. If you want to scroll to the next page, click the double down arrow. If you want to scroll to a specific page, click the Browse Object Selector followed by the Go button. If you want to select or go to a selection or an area of the document, click the Browse Object Selector followed by the Page Number button. The following are some of the methods of moving the insertion point in a document using the keyboard. Press the key or press the following keys. Page down, it moves down one screen. Page up or page up moves one screen up. If you press Control plus or together with the end key on your keyboard, it will move to the end of the document. If you press Control key together with the home key on your keyboard, it will take you to the top of a document. If you want to go to the end of the document, press the key written end. Not the end of the document, but if you want to go to the end of the line, press end. If you want to go to the beginning of a line from anywhere within the line, press home. The Go command and the find and replace from home menu also provides a way to move through large documents to specific pages. To move the cursor to a specific page, click on replace from home menu or press Control key together with the G key. In the find and replace box, click on Go to tab. Then select where you want to go and go to what. For example, you can type page number, footnote, etc. Then enter the specific page number, footnote, or any other that you want to go to. Then click Go to button. After that, move to the previous or next page. Or if you want to go to the previous or next page, click on the previous or next button if they are available. You can also click on the close button to close the find and replace dialog box. The following is a demonstration on how to navigate the document that we have called MLSwap Live Skills. So while in this document, if you look carefully on the side, you will see there may be some scroll bars, or there are some scroll bars. So from here, if you look carefully on the side of your document, you can see we have this scroll bar. We have this scroll bar. So this is a scroll bar. So you can scroll, you can press on a scroll bar, any part of the scroll bar with your mouse button. That's left mouse button. Then while pressing down, you can move down or up that way. Or you can use the buttons for scrolling. We can use this button here. If you point on the right hand corner at the bottom of your screen, you can see there is this button here. So you can click on it. While pointing, click on it, and you are able to scroll that way. You are able to scroll. If our document was large enough, there would be other options for scrolling. But you can also click if I want to, if I'm, for example, here on this section of the document ICT, and I want to move up one line at a time, I can press the up arrow key and the direction keys on my keyboard. So I can still move up. You can see my cursor or my sensor pointer is moving up. You can also move down. You can press the right, you can press the right arrow key or the left arrow key. So you can move the direction, you can use directional keys to move inside. If the document is also large, you can also use the page up, page down keys on your keyboard. You can also use page up or page down keys on your keyboard. And you'll be able to scroll. So if, for example, I press page up, you can see nothing is happening, but page down has taken me to the bottom of the page. If I press page up on the keyboard, it has taken me to the top of the page. If I press home, you can see where my cursor is blinking from. If I press home, the cursor goes at the beginning of the sentence. What about if, for example, I am on paragraph 4 to access any of the videos and my cursor is blinking there? If I press end key, where will I be taken? You can see I'm being taken to the end of the line. So those are the examples of how you can move from one section to another in your document, and you can follow those methods that I've already indicated to you or mentioned to you or explained. So let me move up using the up arrow key. And you can see my cursor is now blinking there. So you can move towards any side of your document. You can navigate as you want. And with that, my dear students and the rest of the learners, we have come to the end of this tutorial on editing a document. You can now proceed to part 4 of 11, or tutorial number 4 of 11, in which I'm going to explain and demonstrate on how you can proofread your document. Congratulations for learning part 3 of 11 on editing a document. You can access other parts in this series or in the 11-part series of word processing, as well as other computer ICT videos by clicking or tapping on MNSWAP ICT YouTube channel below this video. To subscribe to the channel, tap on subscribe button below this video in YouTube if it's not currently reading as subscribed. For any further correspondence, kindly write to us through the email mnswap@gmail.com. Thank you very much for listening to me, and God bless.